take care to set on up to Cook. Bring it back here. Isaac Andrews, 8 drinks. Now to Andrews. Gets it down court. The shot is up. Yes!
And Westell, you're greatly appreciated.
Baker here for 3. Knocks off pitch here from Turner. And that's going to be a fly ball. Center field. That's going to be pretty good season. That's a high fly ball deep there in the left field. And it's going to be gone! Paul P. Dan Fisher. Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome live here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network, here on YouTube.com. Here from beautiful Raider Field here in Selma, Indiana, as we have tonight's baseball action coming your way here this evening between the 8-3 Yorktown Tigers as they take on your 6-4 and 1 Wapahani Raiders here this evening. Again, as always, I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We thank you all for tuning in and joining us here for some Indiana High School baseball. Is I tell you what, these two teams through the years have always had some top-tier games, and we expect another great one once again here tonight as we get right into things here with our Raiders Live pregame show presented by East Jackson Auto Sales, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. So Wapahani, winners of the last 2 games. A big one coming up there on last Thursday, took down Eastern Hancock. They're right out here from Raider Field for a big MEC conference win to get our 6th W of the season. Been a little bit of a struggle start here so far, but we've kind of picked things up a little bit here in the last couple of games, and hopefully the Raiders will be able to continue that winning streak once again here tonight against a tough opponent here in the Yorktown Tigers. But obviously a little bit different than what we've been playing in as far as weather-wise. Very cold, very cloudy here this evening. So it's going to be a little bit tough for these guys to stay warm out there. But like I said, you can't really make excuses. It's a great day for some baseball, and we're looking forward to what will hopefully be a winning day here for Wapahani. Now, again, you look at this team, when you look at Yorktown right here, this is a team that, from a hitting aspect here, they're batting .314 as a team. 6 home runs on the season. They've scored 75 runs. Wapahani batting .310 as a team, only 2 home runs, and we've scored 65 runs. So we're 10 runs behind, played the same amount of games so far. The biggest key here tonight, well, number one is going to be pitching, just like any other game. Ian McClellan will be on the mound here this evening for Wapahani, so hopefully he'll be able to have a great outing here this evening, keep his team in the game, and then hopefully we get the bats going early and often here tonight against the Tigers. It's going to be Jacob Grimm on the mound here tonight for Yorktown. So should be a great battle, and we're looking forward to it. We hope you guys are as well. We'll step aside here for a quick break, and we'll be back here with tonight's lineups and the starting lineups and the national anthem here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, with Wapahani Raider Baseball coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network here. Again, from beautiful Raider Field here in Selma, Indiana, 8-3 Yorktown Tigers taking on your 6-4-1 Wapahani Raiders. As we take a look here at tonight's starting lineup here for the Yorktown Tigers, it looks like this. Again, presented by Kinshaw Properties, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 8, Cole Temple. Batting second and playing left field, number 7, Braden Foltz. Batting third, the center fielder, number 10, Jackson Furnish. And a cleanup spot, that's the catcher, number 2, Jace Key. Batting fifth and pitching, number 15, Jacob Grimm. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 25, Garrett Thurman. He'll be batting for the second baseman, number 1, Cam Johnson. Batting seventh, third baseman, number 5, Sean Gibson. Batting eighth and playing first base, number 17, Landon Case. And batting ninth and playing right field, number 14, Peyton Fields. Again, P.J. Farquhar is the head coach here for the Yorktown Tigers. Again, the defensive alignment here this evening for Wapahani will look like this. Out in left field is Carter Noble. In center is Joe Foster. Over and right is Daniel Blevins. Then around the horn here in the infield, we have Daxton Dudley at third base, Gavin Lash at short, Nate Luce at second base, and Landon Weller at first. And your battery mates right here is Ian McClellan on the mound with Quentin James calling the signs behind home plate. So again, that is your defensive alignment here this evening as we get tonight's game underway here in just a moment with Cole Temple, the shortstop, leading things off here for the Tigers. So again, just a reminder, those of you that watch our broadcast, pulling a little double duty right here once again this evening, doing the PA announcing and the play-by-play broadcasting. So you'll hear, my volume kind of cut out for a little bit, brief moment in time, and then come back on. That's just because I'm just making the simple announcements here as we get tonight's game underway here at 5:04 p.m. Again, here on this Monday, April the 24th of 2023. Again, I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. So that pitch will fall low and away. So quickly 2-0 here on Cole Temple. Again, as I mentioned there during our pregame show, you got a .314 average here for the Tigers as a team. 6 home runs, 56 RBIs. They've scored 75 runs on the season. As Temple came up empty there on that swing. So quickly 2-1 the count. And that's going to be low in the dirt for ball 3. So 3-1 the count. Again, McClellan here on the season. Again, 0-2 on the year, 3.91 ERA, and 14 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 9 runs. 8 of those have been earned. 18 hits, 6 walks, and 15 strikeouts. And not a very good way to start things off here this evening with a walk. So Temple down at first, and Braden Foltz now at the plate. So again, Foltz will step in here already with a man on to begin tonight's ball game. Again, a very chilly evening out here. I think it's got to be somewhere in the 40s. It's cold, I'll tell you that much. Little light breeze as well. McClellan will come to the set here as Foltz awaits. And a pitch. That's right there, cutting on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch right there from McClellan. Quickly, 0-1 here on Foltz. Again, as a team here for the Tigers, they have a .448 on-base percentage. So these guys get on base, and when they do, they wreak havoc. Got some guys that can steal some bases, especially right here in the top of your lineup, as McClellan, again, will keep Temple close over there. Definitely a threat on the base pass. But these guys know how to generate runs, not only with their legs, but with the bats as well. So again, 0-1 the count here on Foltz. And a pitch. And that's going to get by the first baseman and into right field. Blevins will come up throwing. That will be cut off by Lash, and he will put that in his back pocket as the Tigers have runners on the corners with nobody out here in the first. So Foltz there with a base hit. Temple went first to third on that, and that's going to bring up Jackson Furnish. So again, Furnish with a golden opportunity here to get the Tigers on the board. Hopefully McClellan and the Raiders will have just a little bit of something to say about that and hopefully keep them at bay right here, as that's going to be popped up into the infield here on the second base side. Nate Luce under it right there to make the catch for out number one here in the inning. So one pitch and one out there to get Furnish. And that will bring up the catcher number 2, Jace Key here for Yorktown. So now double play in order, and that will get you out of the inning right here. Again, Key runs fairly well. Again, both guys on the base pass. Definitely a threat. The pickoff over there from McClellan. Again, going to be extremely important right here for the Raiders. Again, I talked about it there in our pregame show. From a pitching aspect, you got to keep your team in a ball game. You're going to give up some runs from time to time. Sure, it happens, but you got to keep it close, and you have to give your offense at least an opportunity and a chance to win. So, right here coming right out of the gate, Yorktown here with a couple runners on. They had nobody out. You got the pop up there in the infield. Be great right here for Wapahani if you can get a ground ball double play. McClellan comes to the set. Another pick off to first. So, again, it's Temple at third. Foltz over at first base. A leadoff walk to Temple and then a single by Foltz there in the right field. Allowed Temple to go from first to third. McClellan gets a signs here from James. And the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be laced down the third base line. One run's going to score. Noble lost his footing out there. And that throw will come in the third. And that's going to be an RBI double here for one Jace Key. So the Tigers will get on the board here for the first time this evening as the pitcher, number 15, Jacob Grimm, will step up to the plate. So again, Temple scored there on the play. Foltz now over at third base. Key at second, Grimm at the plate. And the pitch here from McClellan. We'll see that one low and inside. Nice job right there by Quentin James to gather that one up and not let that one get by. Got a freshman backstop here for Wapahani. Got a lot of youth to this team, I'll tell you that much. Which is nice, you're getting them experience, no doubt about that. So quickly 2-0 here on Grimm. Getting one away here in the top half the first. Already one run's come on home to score here on 2 hits so far. The pitch from McClellan, and that's going to be a high fly ball there in the deep left field. Noble goes back, and he will make the catch there near the warning track. And no play there at third base. A sacrifice fly RBI there for Jacob Grimm as the Tigers now lead it 2-0. So Garrett Thurman will now step to home plate. See what he can do here in the bat. Again, McClellan trying to limit the damage right here. Really don't want to see anything else crossing home plate here in this inning. Or at least in this half of the inning, rather. So again, Key at third. Tillway, Thurman here at the plate. McClellan will come to the set and the pitch. And that's going to get by James. We're going to have a play here at the plate, and he's going to be out. You better believe it. Nice throw there by James. Good job by McClellan to cover home. And that's going to do it here for the first inning. Here's Yorktown. Plates 2. They get 2 runs here on 2 hits, also no errors. And nobody left. We'll head to the bottom half the first. Yorktown 2, Wapahani 0 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here to the next Home Elite Real Estate game break. Here 2-0 as we head to the bottom half the first inning right here. The Raiders starting lineup here this evening will look like this here tonight, again presented by Kinshaw Properties. Leading off and playing second base, number 7, Nate Luce. Batting second, the shortstop, number 8, Gavin Lash. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 17, Paul Fisher. He'll be hitting for the right fielder, number 4, Daniel Blevins. In a cleanup spot, that's the third baseman, number 10, Daxton Dudley. Batting fifth, first baseman, number 14, Landon Weller. Batting sixth, playing center field, number 11, Joe Foster. Batting seventh and catching, number 20, Quentin James. Batting eighth and playing left field, Carter Noble. And then batting ninth, the pitcher, number 9, Ian McClellan. Again, that's our starting lineup, again presented by Kinshaw Properties. So Nate Luce will step in here for the first time here this evening, looking to get the party started here tonight for Wapahani. Again, already in the hole here, 2-0 as we head here into the bottom half the first inning. Again, Jacob Grimm on the mound here tonight for Yorktown, as that one's going to fall low and inside there for a ball. So quickly 1-0 here on Nate Luce. Nate on the season, batting .364, 12 of 33 with 3 RBIs and 9 runs scored, as that's going to be in the dirt and by the catcher. So Grimm pumping the fastballs of that last pitch right there, a little amped up to begin the night here. We'll see if Grimm's able to kind of harness that a little bit and get after the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 3, so great hitter's count to be in right here for your Nate Luce. Obviously, I would hope to think he does not have the green light right here. And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk here to Nate Luce, so that's a heck of a nice way to start the ball game here tonight. As now we'll have the shortstop, number 8, Gavin Lash, at the plate. So again, we got Luce at first after the leadoff walk. Lash at the plate. Batting .303 on a season, as that is 5 consecutive balls here from Grimm to begin things. But again, Lash batting .303, 10 of 33 with 1 home run, 6 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 6 runs scored on a season. Been a man on a mission. Also gets it done on the mound as well, as it's now 2-0 here on Lash. Again, a great count to hit in right here if you're Gavin. But, really right here, I got to be honest with you, that thing's got to be nearly right down the middle. He's thrown 6 consecutive balls. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low and away. So make that 7 balls and no strikes to start things off here from Jacob Grimm. Getting Luce down at first with a pretty decent lead over there. And a pitch. That's in there for a called strike, now 3-1. Grimm will come to the set, and a pitch. Swung on and missed, a little high cheese right there. Lash couldn't catch up to that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the payoff pitch. Strike 3 look, and the throw down to second won't be in time, so Luce will take second base. But a strikeout there of Lash looking for out number 1 will bring to the plate the designated hitter, Paul Fisher. So again, Fisher now at the plate. Luce at second, and that's a deep fly ball there in the right field. And the right fielder will make the catch. Luce on the run right here, and he will be in there safely at third. So nearly had the right fielder burned right there, but stuck the glove up there in time, made the catch. And that's going to be out number 2 here in the inning. So now we've got the third baseman, Daxton Dudley, at the plate. Dudley here on the season batting .333. He's 12 of 36, 10 ribeyes, and 2 doubles, as well as 9 runs scored. So nothing in 1 here on Dudley. Again, big time heart of the order right here for Wapahani to start off the game. Got to come up with something right here. Here's a pitch. And that's going to be laced there in the center field, and the center fielder there to make the catch. Well hit ball the last couple times around, but unfortunately the Raiders will not come away with anything here in the bottom half of the first inning. So again, at the end of 1, again it's going to be Yorktown 2, Wapahani 0 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here. Top of the second inning here from beautiful Raider Field. Glad to have all of you with us here this evening. As we'll start things off here with the designated hitter, number 25, Garrett Thurman. And if you remember, he was at the plate there in the bottom half of the first inning when Jace Key took off there for home, and the throw out there from James there to McClellan to nab him at home. End of the inning there in the bottom or top half of the first. So 1-0 the count here on Thurman. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. One ball, 1 strike, and a pitch. That's going to be high for ball 2. Two-one offering, swung on and fouled off the catcher. So that's going to even the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, McClellan looking to bounce back after a little bit of a tough first inning right there, giving up a couple of runs. So Thurman will step back in here, 2 balls and 2 strikes to lead off the top half of the second inning. The wind-up and the pitch. That's going to be skied up here in the shallow center field. And Lash will be there to make the catch. for out number 1 here of the inning. And so that will bring up the third baseman, number 5, Sean Gibson, here for the Tigers. So Gibson will step in with 1 away here in the top of the second. Got a great crowd here this evening, continuing to file in out here at Raider Field. As that will be low for a ball, 1-0. Again, as I said earlier, not exactly the warmest of days, that's for sure. Last week and even the week before, much warmer. But you'll play in any condition, I'll tell you that much. You know, it's a great day to play baseball. These guys eager to get at it here tonight. And here for Yorktown anyway, good start here for the Tigers. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. So that's going to be swung on and missed there by Gibson. So now the count here, 1-2. Following Gibson will be the first baseman, Landon Case. And a 1-2 pitch. That's going to be low for a ball. Nice job there of blocking that one right there by Quentin James. A pitch from McClellan. That's going to be skied up there on the first base side. Weller and loose over there, and Weller will make the nice catch over there down the right field line for out number 2. So a couple of pop-outs right here for the first 2 guys. And now that will bring up the first baseman, number 17, Landon Case, here with 2 away. There's a pitch from McClellan, and dribbler down the first base line, foul. So 0-1 here on Case. The 0-1 offering. That's just a bit inside. So an even count of 1 ball and 1 strike. McClellan taking a long look in there, gets what he likes here from James. And the 1-1 in there for a called strike 2. Again, extremely important, you know, from a pitching aspect right here to hit your corners, work all the quadrants, high, low, inside, outside, and being able to do it with success and keeping the hitters off balance. You're going to have a heyday right here as that pitch will be fouled off. So Case will stay alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, nobody on, 2 out here in the top of the second. McClellan will come to the set. And to wind up the 1-2 pitch, that's going to miss low. And following Case, it's going to be the right fielder, Peyton Fields. Hopefully we'll have to wait to see him next inning here for Wapahani's sake. Deuce is wild here. Here's a pitch. And a ground ball here to the second base side. Nate Luce collects, throws on the first, and that's going to do it. A nice clean inning of work here by Ian McClellan here in the top of the second inning. As the Tigers get no runs on, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We'll head to the bottom half of the second. Yorktown 2, Wapahani 0. You're on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom half of the second inning here on your next Elite Real Estate Game Break. And leading things off here will be the first baseman, Landon Weller, here for your Raiders. So Weller will step in here. Hopefully we'll get things going here for the Raiders offensively. Again, the Raiders threatened there in the bottom half of the first inning. Unfortunately, nothing came to fruition. But brand new inning right here and a brand new opportunity to tack some runs up on the board and get this one at least tied up at minimum. Here's a 1-0 pitch. And did he go? He did not go. So the count here now 2-0. Again, Weller here on the season batting .385. 10 of 26. He's got 10 RBIs, also 2 doubles, 2 runs scored. And a ground ball through the 5 and 6 hole. Going to be a tough play. The shortstop down to first. That's not going to be in time, and that's going to get by the first baseman. Weller motoring his way on the second, and he will be in there without a throw. So a hit and an error right here by Warford Landon Weller, that is, as he arrives there at second base, as Joe Foster will now step in. So again, Weller at second base after the hit and the error. Here's a pitch and a nice bunt placed down there from Foster on the first. That's not going to be in time. That's going to get by the second baseman. So Weller will go ahead and trot on home, and the Raiders will take the run. Again, playing a little small ball right here. Well, the Raiders get the job done. So Foster now down at first. Weller scores, and Quentin James now at the plate. So again, back-to-back hits and errors. Allows Foster to be at first base and Weller to be in the dugout right now. So 1-0 the count here on James. Here's a pitch. That's going to be up and out of the zone for ball 2. James here on the season, again in small sample size. He's a .300 batter, 3 for 10, 1 RBI, and 3 runs scored. Foster over there at first base with a nice lead. Here's a pitch. In there for a called strike. And so, again, the Raiders have done it here in this bottom half of the second inning so far. Well, heck, we haven't even hit the ball out of the infield. But, you had the one there by Weller. That was a nice stop there by the shortstop. But, then you had the well-placed bunt there from Foster. Just playing a little small ball, playing good team-oriented baseball right here, making things happen and, making the other team play defense and executing off of their mistakes. And Foster is going to be toast at second. So that didn't work out too well. So Foster caught stealing for out number 1. The count is 3 balls and 1 strike here on Quentin James. So Grimm will take a look in there. Here's the pitch. Called strike two. That was nearly right down Broadway. So full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. And James will be down on strikes for out number 2. Now the left fielder, number 12, Carter Noble, stepping in again here with 2 away in the inning. So that one again will sail high quickly. 1-0 here on Noble. And Carter on the season, .294 batter, 5 for 17 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and 1 run scored. As he will swing right on through that one to even the count up here at 1 ball and 1 strike. Number 8 hitter in the order here for the Raiders. Upstairs there for ball 2. The 2-1 offering. Swung on and missed. So that will even the count up here as we have deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the bottom of the second inning. A pitch from Grimm. Ground ball. That's going to get by the third baseman and in the left field. So Carter Noble right there with a nice 2-strike approach. Putting the bat on the baseball right there and getting the third hit of the inning here for Wapahani. Nicely done. So he's down at first. Ian McClellan will now step in. Here's a pitch from Grimm. Swung on and missed there by McClellan. So quickly 0-1. Ian here on the season. Batting .200, 6 of 30 with 2 RBIs and 6 runs scored. Looking to find his way on base right here and keep this inning a-going. That pitch low and away for ball 1. Even count here to ball and a strike. Again, following McClellan, will be right back to the top of the order here with Nate Luce. Again, will be outside and touch low right there for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. Grims comes to the set. And a windup. Here's the pitch. That's going to sail high for ball 3. So again, a great hitter's count to be in right here if you're McClellan. It's got to be center cut right here. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be high and inside for ball 4. Nice at bat there by McClellan. Working the walk and getting the Raiders a couple runners on base here with 2 outs. As we're right back to the top of the order here with Nate Luce. And so again, the Raiders here with a little 2-out magic here. Again, you have the single there from Noble, and then the walk there by McClellan. Love the patience that McClellan had right there, and then the battle there from Noble. It was a 2-ball, 2-strike count there on Noble before he then had a base hit there in the left field. Here's a pitch. Yeah, it's going to be popped up in a shallow right field. Going to be a little bit of a tough one right here. Potentially the wind is moving a little bit, but second baseman will easily make the catch here for out number 3 in the inning. But the Raiders do put a run up on the board here. They have 1 run on 3 hits, also 2 errors, and 2 left on. We will head here to the top of the 3rd inning. It is Yorktown 2, Wapahani 1, here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Moments we live for, we celebrate, we must protect. This is what the IHSAA Foundation does every day. By providing scholarships to student athletes, developing coaches and athletic directors, recruiting and retaining high school officials, and awarding grants to IHSAA member schools, we can protect the future of high school sports for the next generation of Hoosiers. Will you join us? We need your help on our team. Donate today at ihsaafoundation.org.
All right, welcome back here to the next Home Elite Real Estate inning break. Top of the third inning, Yorktown 2, Wapahani 1. As we start things off here with the right fielder, number 14, Peyton Fields. So Fields will step in. Again, a pair of errors there in the bottom half of second inning kind of hurt the Tigers essentially. They allowed the run right there that more than likely, I'm not sure, really probably would have happened. If you look at, the hit there from Weller, then he ended up moving on to second base there after the error. Then you had the little bunt hit there from Joe Foster. So you would have had a couple runners on base, but you just never know, how things would really kind of shake out right here. So 2-0 the count here on Peyton Fields. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. And following Fields will be right back to the top of the order here for Yorktown. There with Cole Temple. The 2-1 offering. That's going to be high and away. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Clellan's got a battle right here. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be low and inside for ball 4. So a leadoff walk here to the number 9 hitter, Peyton Fields. And that's going to bring up the top of the lineup here in the shortstop, number 8, Cole Temple. So Temple will step in. Drew a walk there in the first inning and scored a run. Here's the pitch. And that is low for a ball, 1-0. In Yorktown so far, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and nobody left on here through the first 2 innings of play. That catches the inside corner by McClellan. So a ball and a strike to the Tigers shortstop with Fields down at first. McClellan looking to roll up a double play right here. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be skied up there into center field. Foster comes in a little bit. He'll make the catch for out number 1 here in the inning. And now the left fielder, number 7, Braden Foltz, will step in. Singled and scored a run here in the top of the first inning. So McClellan taking a little bit of time right here, steps back on the rubber. Looks at James there at home plate and pick off there to first. We'll keep Fields honest over there at first base. Just to let him know that you're still watching him, knowing that he's there. The pitch right there, beautiful right there from McClellan. So 0-1 the count here on Braden Foltz. Following him, Jackson Furnish. McClellan will come to the set. Again, glances at first a little bit. And a pitch. Low and away for ball 1. McClellan will come to the set. 1-1. Ooh, that's just going to miss the outside corner. It's a good pitch, though, from McClellan right there. Really couldn't have done a whole lot with that right there if he was Foltz swinging. Well, execute a pitch. Oh, had him leaning right there, and they're going to say that he's safe at first. So very close. So definitely had Fields leaning just a touch. McClellan delivers right on home, and that's the outside corner, strike 2. So an even count here of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Getting third baseman playing a little bit in, just inside the third base bag. Just in case if Foltz was to potentially drop down a base or a bunt right here. Usually you're probably not going to see that too often with 2 strikes, but you never know. And that's in the dirt, and that's going to get by the catcher. That's unfortunate. So Foltz now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fields now at second after the wild pitch. So now things just became a little bit more important right here for McClellan to find a way to get an out. Here's the pitch. And so they're going to say that'll end up being a foul ball. So I don't know if that was maybe off the knob of his bat. I'm assuming that was the case because it really didn't look like any other part of that bat hit the ball. If that, even if that was the case. So again, the payoff pitch once more. And it's going to be fouled back and out of play. And so we'll redo it again here, again with Fields at second, 1 away here in the top of the third. We've been at it now for right around 40, 45 minutes into this game. And that's going to be a walk right there to Braden Foltz. So he'll be down at first. A second walk here in the inning. Gives them runners at first and second here with Jackson Furnish at the plate. So McClellan's got to wiggle out of some potential trouble here in the third. Got a couple of runners on. That's inside for a ball 1-0. And Furnish, his first time up, popped it up to the second baseman. So 0 for 1 so far here for Jackson. Right here, if you're McClellan and the Raiders, you'd like to see the same thing at minimum. You'd really love it if you can get a ground ball double play. That'd be even better. But Furnish, again, looking to cash in here for the Tigers. Again, only ahead by 1 run. Still got a long way to go here in this one here this evening. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be skied down the left field line. And Noble will make the catch. Oh, heck yes. Covering all kinds of ground out there. Able to make the snag over there near the foul fence. So a job well done there by Carter Noble. So 2 down now with Jace Key at the plate. So a big out right there of Furnish. Again, now 2 away here in the inning. As time was called here by Key, the batter here for Yorktown. So again, Fields at second, Foltz at first. 2 out. Here's the pitch. Low and inside. So 1-0 here on Key. Again, McClellan trying to get that pitch to that back foot. Did so right there, but Key laid off of it. Try to go maybe outside this time around. At least that's the way James is set up. He'll do so, and that's going to miss high and just a touch away. So 2-0 the count here on Key. Again, he came up big time there with one away there in the top of the first inning. Had a one-out double that scored Temple. So an RBI there for Key there in the first, as that's going to miss low and inside. So 3-0 the count. Again, nice job there from James, keeping the ball in front, not allowing that to scoot away to advance the runners. Big trust factor there between pitcher and catcher. And that's going to be in there for a called strike. Much needed there for McClellan. Again, still a very good hitter's count to be in here if you're Key. McClellan trying to get out of trying to limit the damage right here and leave the runners where they're at. And that's not, unfortunately, going to happen right here. So that's going to be another walk. So third walk here in the inning. So Key down at first, Foltz now at second, and Fields at third. Here with the pitcher number 15, Jacob Grimm, at the plate. As we'll have a quick mound visit. And we'll take a quick pause in the action right here, and we'll be back on the air following the mound visit here for the Raiders. All right, so the mound visit over with. We're back to baseball. Jacob Grimm here at the plate. Bases are loaded and 2 out here in the inning as Grimm looked a swung for the high school right there. I mean, he put everything behind that swing. Unfortunately there for him came up empty. But quite the healthy hack right there from Grimm. So 0-1 the count. Here's a pitch. And that's going to be low for ball 1. Obviously nowhere to put him right here. Again, all these base runners coming via the walk here in this top half of the third inning. The pitch from McClellan, and that's just going to miss the outside corner. So 2 balls and 1 strike here on Grimm. Again, his first time up, had a sacrifice fly RBI that scored Braden Foltz. McClellan will come to the set. Here's the 2-1, and that's going to be fouled right back at us to even the count up here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So again, we've got Deuces Wild here with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. Big time action pitch right here for McClellan. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be skied over to the right side, and that is going to be out of play. So the count will stay put here at 2-2. Again, the Raiders will be back at it again. They're on Thursday right here at home against Shenandoah. And then we have our invitational coming up on Saturday. So a very busy week here for Wapahani as that pitch, again, fouled back and out of play here by Grimm. So continuing to battle. This will be pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch for McClellan. And that's going to be laced there in the left center field, and that's going to get down. 1 run scores. Foltz will score all the way from second, and that's going to be a 2 RBI double for one Jacob Grimm to help himself right there and give the Tigers a 4-1 lead. And so Garrett Thurman will now step in. Again, still here with 2 away in the inning. So definitely very unfortunate here for McClellan and the Raiders. Again, was just a pitch away from getting out of the inning. Unfortunately, it didn't work out too well for us. But, again, you got to limit the damage right here and find a way to get this last out of the inning. So 1-0 the count here on the designated hitter, Garrett Thurman. So again, now 3 RBIs here on the day for Jacob Grimm. Thereafter that 2 RBI double. That one's going to be low and inside. Here's a 2-0 pitch. High fly ball, deep left center field, and it's going to be off the base of the wall. So 2 more runs will come on home to score here by Garrett Thurman's blast out there to left center field. So make this now a 6-1 ball game with Sean Gibson out to plate. So again, Key and Grimm scored there on the 2 RBI double from Thurman. And again, 4 runs have now come on home to score here with 2 out in the inning. Talk about a big-time blow here to Wapahani. Still a lot of game to be played, though. But, you know, just as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, got to find a way to get this last out. Got to bear down, get after it, and finish the inning right here. McClellan will come to the set. And the pitch. And that will get into right field. Blevins is going to come up throwing. Good job of getting that one back in as they'll hold the runner there at third. So the Tigers keep the line of moving. It's now their, third hit here in the inning. And the first baseman, Landon Case, now at the plate. So Thurman now at third. Case Gibson at first, and Case here at the plate. As the sun will come out right here, hopefully that will be a good omen right here for Wapahani as the light shines on them right here to find a way to get out of this inning and get these bats going here in the bottom half. So 1-0 here on Case. McClellan will come to the set. And the pitch. Ground ball to the first base side, foul. And that's going to even the count up here at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch in there for a called strike 2. The throw down to second won't be in time. So again, the stolen base there for Gibson. One ball and 2 strikes. Again, 2 aboard here in scoring position. Still with 2 away here in the inning. Big pitch right here for McClellan. You want to make sure it's a good pitcher's pitch right here. Here it is, 1-2. Ground ball here to the first base side. Weller will collect. Toss on to McClellan, and that's going to do it here for the top of the third inning. But the Tigers score 4 times here in the top of the third. Here's they get 4 runs here on 3 hits, also no errors, and 2 left on. We will head to the bottom half of the third. It is Yorktown 6, Wapahani 1 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back here, folks, to the next Home Elite Real Estate game break. 6-1 here as we enter the bottom half of the third inning. And we're going to lead things off here with the Raiders shortstop, number 8, Gavin Lash. As he will chop that one foul back to the backstop. Quickly, 0-1. Lash here on the evening, 0 for 1, struck out looking in the first inning. Again, having a great season at the plate and on the mound. Again, so far, again, here at the plate, 303 batter. 1 homer, 6 RBIs, also 3 doubles, 6 runs scored. And looking to jumpstart this Raider offense here in the bottom half of the third inning, as he will watch that one inside there for a ball, 1-1. Good, you got 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here in the home half of the third for Wapahani. And Lash did not go, I don't believe. Maybe he didn't. Well, actually, now I'm starting to wonder if he might have foul tipped that one. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to count, and he's going to get Lash swinging. So 1 away here in the home half of the third, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter number 17, Paul Fisher. So Fisher will step in with 1 away. Grimweir with a windup and a pitch. Ground ball, third base side, and that's going to get through the left side of the infield. Nice piece of hitting there by Paul Fisher. So now he's 1 for 2 here on the day. And the third baseman, Daxton Dudley, now at the plate here for Wapahani. Again, looking to get things going here and get the Raiders back into the thick of things. So Dudley here on the evening, 0 for 1, lined out to the center fielder. A well-struck ball there in the first inning. As that's in there for a called strike, 0-1. Here's a pitch. And laced down a third base line, but foul. Just ahead of that one right there, and yanked that one into foul territory. So the count now 0-2 here on the Raiders' third baseman. Following him will be Landon Weller. And then Joe Foster as well as Quentin James. Hopefully we get that far here in this inning at least. Grimm will come to the set, and the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be outside there for a ball, 1-2. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in and spending your Monday night here with us. It's great to be out here at the ballpark. Beautiful facility here at Raider Field. As that is shot down the right field line, and the right fielder will have that ball pop in and out of the glove. It looked like he went to go squeeze it, and it looked like, I don't know, butterfingers or something. I mean, literally went right in, hit the palm of his glove, and popped right back out. Tough break there for the right fielder. But now the Raiders have him at first and second and one away. So, again, Dudley reaches first base after the error there by the right fielder. We've got Fisher at second and the first baseman, Landon Weller, at the plate. And that's going to be swung on and missed right there. Quickly, 0-1. And Weller singled, scored a run there in the second inning. Coming up empty on that one right there. So quickly in the hole here, 0-2. Again, Weller second on the team in batting average. Struggled right out of the gate the first about 2 or 3 games. But since then, he's been really red hot. And hopefully that will continue. A deep fly ball there in the center field. The center fielder, Cam Sunder, to make the catch. Fisher on the run. And so they'll get the out, and we'll have now runners on the corners here with 2 away. And that's going to bring up the center fielder, number 11, Joe Foster. Foster singled there in the second inning, and then was caught stealing. So 1 for 1 so far. Again, looking to put the ball in play, make something happen right here. That's the biggest thing. You know, obviously you've got to chip away at this lead right now. You're down by 5. You know, can you get it all back at once? Well, you know, I guess you can potentially get it all back in one inning, but it's one at a time here. And so, you know, we've got to have great at bats from here going forward. 1 ball, no strikes, and that one's going to be fouled back and out of play quickly. 1-1. That one's going to be fouled back. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. You're on the Raiders center fielder. So again, you have Fisher at third, Dudley at first. Quentin James waiting on deck. As the Raiders again here with some work to do. Grimm will come to the set, and a 1-2 pitch. Fouled back once again, so Foster keeps battling here in the AB, trying to find his way on, be productive right here. Got to keep the inning going, keep the lineup moving. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. That's going to sail high for ball 2. So again, Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on, runners on the corners. And the pitch from Grimm will be low in the dirt for ball 3. So a great at bat so far here from Foster, looking to top it off right here with finding a way on base. A pitch from Grimm. And that's going to be strike 3, looking to end the inning. So the Raiders get a couple runners on, 1 by a hit, 1 by an error. But that's all she wrote here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Raiders get no runs on a hit, also 1 error, And 2 left on. We'll head to the top half of the fourth. It's Yorktown 6, Wapahani 1 here on the WHS Network.
A licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
All right, welcome back, baseball fans, again to our next Home Elite Real Estate inning break. Top of the fourth inning, and the Raiders will have a new pitcher on the mound here. Number 5, Peyton Baker will toe the rubber here for the Raiders, starting off in the fourth inning right here. Ian McClellan now in right field. So again, Daniel Blevins will come out of the game. So again, Peyton Baker will now be your pitcher. So again, 3 innings of work here for Ian McClellan. Let's see, allowed 6 runs. All 6 of those were earned. Let's see, I believe he had 4 walks also there in those 3 innings of work. So tough going there for McClellan. Hopefully the Raiders can bail him out. Here, again, you got 4 innings to play with right here. Got to make each and every single one of them count right here as we'll lead things off here with the right fielder, Peyton Fields, here for Yorktown. So Fields will step in here, drew a walk in the 3rd inning, and then scored, as that will be lined right to the shortstop, Gavin Lash. So 1 pitch and 1 out goes Fields. And back to the top of the order here with the shortstop, number 8, Cole Temple, here for Yorktown. Temple's been on base once, drew a walk to lead off the game there in the 1st inning. Also scored a run, and then flew out to the center fielder in the 3rd. As that pitch will be low and away for a count of 1-0. Here on the leadoff man for the Tigers. So again, Baker, again, his biggest job right now, just keep the score where it's at. You want to throw up zeros. It'll be a tough play here for Lash, and a throw down to first won't be in time. So a infield single here for Cole Temple. He'll be down at first with, again, 1 away here in the inning. The left fielder, Braden Foltz, will now step in. Foltz been on base both times at the plate so far. Singled and scored a run in the 1st, and then walked and scored a run in the 3rd. And the pitch will be low and inside, and that ball will get past James as Temple will now move up to second base. And so another man in scoring position here for Yorktown here in the 4th. Again, still good ways to go here in this one tonight, but Raiders definitely have got to get things cleaned up here. Got to get, start to get a little bit more fine-tuned and I think James done a really good job back there, but, you have pass balls or, wild pitch like that sometimes. It happens, but tell you what, really puts the pitcher at a disadvantage right there. And hopefully, we can find our way out of this right here, as that'll be a half swing right there. So 2-1 the count. And the Tigers here with some good timely hitting. That's been one of the biggest keys right here. Is that is in there for a called strike. So now the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But just some good timely hitting, for Yorktown. And, Wapahani unfortunately hasn't been able to have that yet. But again, only here in the 4th inning, and, a lot can happen in the meantime. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch from Baker. Gets him swinging. Drop 3rd strike. The throw down to 1st will complete the deal right there for out number 2. So nicely done there by Baker, getting the strike out there of Foltz. And that's going to bring up the center fielder, number 10, Jackson Furnish. Again, coming into the day, Baker usually used in primarily in relief. He's 1-0 with a 2.47 ERA there in 11 and a third innings pitched. He's allowed 12 runs, but get this, only 4 of them have been earned. He's allowed 7 hits, 4 walks, and 15 strikeouts coming into the day. So 1-0 the count to start things off here on Furnish. The pitch falls low and away for ball 2. Again, Temple out at second base. A threat on the base pass. So a hit to the outfield. More than likely he's going to score him. The 2-0 in there, called strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. A man on with 2 away here in the 4th. Baker glances back and delivers right on home. Temple off and running as that pitch will be fouled back and out of play. So now deuces are wild here with 2 balls and 2 strikes and 2 out. Baker taking a long look in there to James. Gets what he likes as he'll come to the set. And now he'll walk him back to second base. The 2-2 pitch. Another one fouled back and out of play. So Furnish putting a pretty good bat together right here, but Baker, in my opinion, I think still has the upper hand right here. You got 2 strikes on a guy. You can definitely still go with something right here, low and away potentially, and that's exactly what he'll do. But unfortunately, there for Baker, Furnish didn't bite on the bait right there. So again, Temple there with a stolen base. He's now down at third. The pitch, and that's going to be also low and away, so ends up working a walk there by Jackson Furnish. Runners now on the corners here for the Tigers, now with the catcher, number 2, Jace Key at the plate. So no question here, if you're Wapahani, got to get it out here. Definitely do not want to load the bases. You got Jacob Grimm waiting on deck, which, Key's had, some success already here as well. He's been on both times. Doubled collected an RBI there in the first and drew a walk and scored a run there in the third. But obviously with this part of the lineup up, they can wreak havoc and quickly. So Baker's trying to wiggle out of a little bit of a jam right here, as it is 0-1 here on Jace Key. Following Key, again, will be Grimm and then Garrett Thurman. Again, hopefully won't get that far, but that's just kind of looking ahead potentially. Pick off back to first again. Had him leaning right there. Good move there from Baker. Again, Weller holding him on down at first. Dudley playing even with the bag at third base, and then Lash and Luce playing up the middle right there. James unable to glove that one. Just popped in and out. So a straight steal by Furnish. One ball, one strike. Get a couple ducks on the pond out there, as the old saying goes. With two guys in scoring position. One ball, one strike, the pitch. Ground ball here to the shortstop. Lash, tough play. The third to first. Oh, that's going to get him in time. A thing of beauty right there from Lash. And then a nice stretch from Weller will do it here in the top of the fourth inning. Again, on that 6-3 put out, the Tigers get no runs on a hit, also no errors, and 2 left on. We'll head to the bottom half, the fourth. Again, it's Tigers 6, Raiders 1 here on the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom half, the fourth inning, as the catcher Quentin James due up to begin the home half here for Wapahani. Again, got to get the bats going, down 6-1 right here. And the Raiders will have 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up here in the home half, the fourth. So James will step in. Again, struck out swinging there in the second inning. And that's going to be popped up. First base side, will they have enough room? They will have enough room. The first baseman makes a catch for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out here in the home half, the fourth, with Carter Noble now stepping to the plate. Again, he is 1 for 1 here on the day. Single there in a second. So again, hopefully Noble can get it going here for Wapahani, as that pitch will be inside, 1-0 the count. Getting Carter Noble here on the season, batting .294 coming into the game with a homer, 3 RBIs. And that's going to be upstairs there for ball 2. Again, Wapahani does have some guys warming down in the bullpen. That's going to be low and away. So quickly 3-0 the count here on Noble. Grimm gets the signs and the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Noble. So he'll make his way down the first. And the right fielder, number 9, Ian McClellan, will now step in. Again with one on and one out. Another one high right there for a ball. 1-0 to McClellan. Again, Ian drew a walk in the second inning. And following McClellan will be right back to the top of the order, as that pitch will be fouled off. Got the umpire right there. Got the worst of that one, unfortunately. So the count here, the ball and a strike. And extremely important right here in this inning. You look at, if you can get your guys on here at the bottom of the order. Obviously, Noble just got on. If McClellan can find his way on base, then, you got your top of the order up. You would like to think that that's definitely promising, even though there is one out here in the inning, to hopefully generate something here offensively, at least get a run potentially, if not more than that. And that nearly hit him right there. So that pitch now 2-1, as that one was touch inside. Yorktown also has a man loosening in their bullpen as well. Grimm's had a pretty nice outing so far. Again, it's had some control issues at times, but really for the most part it's been pretty solid. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count here on McClellan. Again, obviously now got to shorten up and try to find a way to put the ball in play and be productive right here. And he'll foul that one back and out of play. So the count will stay put here at 2-2. Again, Noble down there at first. Pretty good speed over there. About 3 or 4 steps off the base, and that is going to get McClellan caught looking right there for out number 2. As it will be back to the top of the order here for the Raiders, the second baseman, Nate Luce, at the plate. So Luce steps in, 0 for 1 here on the day. Drew a walk in the first inning, also had a stolen base, and then popped it up to the second baseman in the second inning. And time has been called. I guess one of the baseballs got loose from down there in the Yorktown bullpen. So now back to baseball. Grimm will come to the set. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That one's going to be fouled back and out of play. So 1-1 the count. Following Luce will be Gavin Lash. Here's a pitch. That's in there for a called strike. So Luce in a little bit of a bind right here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grimm with the 1-2 offering. That's just a bit outside, and that's going to get by the catchers. Noble will go ahead and take second base easily. So a wild pitch puts Noble in scoring position now. Again, the left fielder playing way back near the fence. I mean, Luce has got, he definitely has a little bit of thunder in that bat, but he's not going to go out and hit 15 or 20 home runs, that's for sure. I guess it's always easier to come in than go back. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And so another brief pause in the action right here as the home plate umpire again getting battered with the baseball back there here the last couple batters, unfortunately. So giving him a little bit of a breather right here. Again, just a reminder, We'll be back at it on Thursday night as your Wapahani Lady Raider softball team will be in action against Shenandoah out here from beautiful Raider Field. We hope you all can tune in on that one. And then we'll be covering the Wapahani Baseball Invitational on Saturday as well. So all that and more coming your way here this week. Got a very, very busy week here for us as we get things going again here. Payoff pitch here to Luce. And a ground ball here to the shortstop. He'll throw on to first, and that's going to do it here for inning number 4. So again, Wapahani threatened there with a one-out walk there to Noble. Nothing to show for here in the bottom half of the 4th as they get no runs on no hits. Also no errors and 1 left. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Again, it's Yorktown 6, Wapahani 1 here on the WHS Network.
2 p.m. Saturday afternoon. You have 2 choices. Option 1, take 2 nanoseconds to reach over and put on your seatbelt. Or option 2, decide it's too much work for a Saturday and don't put on your seatbelt. As the seatbelt alarm continues to sing the song of its people, you roll your eyes. You're just going down the block, you'll be fine. You take a turn to the left and that's when you see it.
Just wear your seatbelt. It's an easy way to save your own life. The Indiana Criminal Justice Institute wants to remind you that choices matter. Click it to live it.
All right, folks, going to welcome back here, top of the 5th inning, upcoming here. So we do have a new pitcher on the mound here for your Raiders. Number 10, Daxton Dudley, again coming on in relief there for Peyton Bakers. Again, went 1 inning there in the 4th. Did allow a walk, but struck out 1 and also allowed a hit. As we'll lead things off here with Jacob Grimm here in the 5th inning. So Grimm will step in here again. Wapahani still with 9 outs to play with right here. So extremely important to shut him down here on the pitching side and defensive side of the baseball. And then hopefully we'll be able to wake the bats up here a little bit and get that offense clicking on all cylinders here as well. And they're saying that the batter went right there. So quickly 0-2. Here on Jacob Grimm. Dudley here on the season on the mound, 0-1 with a 3.23 ERA and 13 innings pitched. He's allowed 7 runs, 6 of those earned, 10 hits allowed, 7 walks, 14 strikeouts, and a strikeout right there of Grimm as he gone on strikes for out number 1. And that one I'll bring up the designated hitter, number 25, Garrett Thurman, to the plate. So Thurman steps in, 1 for 2 on the day. A 2 RBI double in the 3rd inning. As that one's going to fall low and away for a ball, 1-0 here on Thurman. But again, like I said, pretty good day from the plate there for the young man, 1 for 2 so far. Dudley looking to have a nice clean inning of work here, hopefully, as it's now 2-0. Yet really, aside from that 3rd inning, the pitching hasn't been, all that bad here for Wapahani. McClellan, got touched up a little bit, like I said there in that 3rd, but definitely, unfortunately, made it look a little bit worse than potentially it is. Anytime you give up 6 runs, that's not good, but again, majority of those coming in 1 inning. If he was able to find his way out of it, we had 2 outs. When they scored all 4 of those runs, it's just tough. So, nonetheless, now we'll have Sean Gibson out to plate. So, again, it was a hit by pitch there to Thurman. That's the reason why he's down at first. Gibson here at the plate, and that's right down Broadway there for a called strike. But again, if McClellan was able to find his way out of that there in that third inning, like I said, get that last out without even giving up any runs. The perspective in this whole entire game would be completely different right now. You're at that point, you're only looking at a 1-run deficit right now. A lot can happen, and a lot can still happen in this ball game tonight. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 on and also 1 out. The pitch from Dudley, right on in there for a called strike 2. Following him will be Landon Case. Dudley gets what he likes here from James. The 1-2 pitch. Gone looking is Gibson. So he'll have a seat. Now with 2 out here in the inning. That's going to bring up first baseman number 17, Landon Case. So Dudley, taking a long look in there, finally gets what he wants here from James. The pitch to Case will be laced down the first base line. Nice heads up right there by, is that Camden Gibson down there? He's helping out there in the bullpen, making sure the baseball doesn't get by and that nobody gets hit. He did a solid job right there making that line drive catch there just a moment ago. So we'll send a shout out there to Camden. So 0-1 here on Landon Case. Dudley glances a little bit over there at first base. He'll come to the set. And the 0-1 pitch will be shot out there to right field, and McClellan will get there in time to make the catch for the third and final out of this top half of the 5th inning. So again, the Tigers did get a base runner out there after the hit by pitch. Nothing to show for here. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We'll head to the bottom half of the 5th. Again, it's the Tigers with a 6-1 lead here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
All right, welcome back again here, baseball fans. Bottom half of the 5th inning here from beautiful Raider Field. And we're going to lead things off here with the shortstop, number 8, Gavin Lash. Again, Lash stepping in here 0 for 2 here on the night. Again, looking to change his fortunes. Pair of strikeouts so far, that's definitely not like him. So looking to get things going here in this bottom half of the 5th inning. And hopefully the Raiders can put a crooked number up on the board right here with Lash stepping in. The pitch here by Grimm will be in there for a called strike. 0-1. Grimm here with a windup and a pitch. That's going to be high upstairs there for a ball. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Following Lash will be Fisher and then Dudley. That's going to miss away for ball 2. Two 1 pitch. In there, called strike 2. So the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The windup, the pitch. That's going to get by the catcher right through the wickets. And so we've got a full count of 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch. That's going to be high and inside for ball 4. So a leadoff walk here to the Raiders shortstop, Gavin Lash. And that will bring to the plate the designated hitter, number 17, Paul Fisher. So Fisher steps in. Flew out deep there to right field there in the first inning and then singled in the third. So he will come up empty on that swing, 0-1. Get a Fisher on the season, leading the team in batting average, 389 hitter, 14 of 36. Got 9 RBIs, also 3 doubles, 10 runs scored. And definitely a big contributor to the Raiders offensively. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Following him will be Daxton Dudley and then Landon Weller. The pitch from Grimm. That's going to be upstairs there for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Another one that's going to sail upstairs. So again, we're starting to see some of them control issues again here from Grimm. Just, I think just simply just overthrowing. 3 balls, 1 strike. Great position to be in here if you're Fisher. Here's the pitch. And that's going to hit him. I bet that didn't feel good, especially in this cold weather today. But it gets the Raiders another runner on base after the hit by pitch. So Lash will move up to second. Fisher now to first, and we'll have a meeting here on the mound. And so we'll take a quick pause in the action. We'll be back right after this brief message.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
All right, folks. So, again, the pitching change here for Yorktown. We've got Jade Limbrock now on the mound here for the Tigers. Grimm has moved out to right field, and then, let's see, the other position changes right here. Fields has moved from right field to third base, as that's a deep fly ball left center field, and it's going to be caught there by the center fielder. Lash will tag up at second and head to third. And so the Raiders will have him now on the corners with one away after you got a nice, well-hit baseball there from Dudley, just unfortunately landed right into the glove there of the Tigers. So Landon Weller will now step in with one away here in the inning. So Weller will step in. Again, Lash at third, Fisher at first. Weller's been on base once today so far, singled and scored a run in the second, and then flew out to the center fielder in the third. And that nearly hit Weller there with the inside pitch there by Limbrock. Brock will come to the set. And the 1-0 pitch right there, painting the black there on the outside corner. One ball, one strike. The pitch to Weller. Be a high fly ball there in a deep right center field. Right fielder's there. Lash tags up. He will head on home, and the throw will be not in time. And so the Raiders will tack a run up on the board, making this a 6-2 ball game. Now with two away here in the inning. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Joe Foster. So Fisher, again, stayed put there at first base. Again, Lash ends up scoring there on the sacrifice fly out RBI there for Weller. Limbrock taking a nice sweet time out there. Here's a pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. The pitch swung on and missed, strike one. So one ball and one strike. Quentin James awaits on deck. Again, number 6 hitter in the order right now. Here's Foster. Looking to keep this inning going. That pitch low and away for ball 2. So again, this inning started with a walk and then a hit by a pitch. A walk there to Lash. He ended up scoring a run there after the sacrifice fly out there by Weller just a moment ago. And then Fisher was hit by a pitch in the back. And Dudley nearly took one out there in deep left center field. The center fielder made a nice catch out there. And then again, you had the fly out there from Weller for out number 2, and we're looking at a 3-ball and 1 strike count here on Joe Foster. The pitch shows bunt, brings the bat back, and that's going to be ball 4. So the Raiders now with a pair of runners on after the walk here by Foster. He's been on base now 2 of the 3 at-bats. And the catcher, Quentin James, will now step in. So again, James with a great opportunity right here. As I had alluded to earlier, freshman backstop here for Wapahani. Getting great experience right here and can, definitely compete at the level right here. Ground ball to the shortstop. Well, that's going to do it. But nonetheless, here Wapahani able to put a run up on the board here in the bottom half of the 5th inning as as they get one run here on no hits, also no errors, and 2 left aboard. We'll head to the top, the 6th. That's Yorktown 2, Yorktown 6, Wapahani 2. You're on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Our company's mantra has been and will always be humans over houses. For the last several years, we have been able to help people follow our mission statement, which is enriching lives by helping people find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate has premier real estate agents ready to assist you with commercial properties, new construction, residential homes, or investment properties, no matter if you are looking to purchase or to sell. We are skilled negotiators, tenacious marketers, and fearless advocates for our clients. We want them to feel the passion we have for what we do and the professionalism we exemplify while we do it. Our clients depend on us to have grit and determination when we represent them. We roll up our sleeves and get to work. Every interaction, every time.
Hi, I'm Tara.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
Hi, I'm Kathy.
Hi, I'm Seth.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Courtney.
We stand for doing the right thing, even when it's not convenient. We deliver integrity in all we do through our uncompromising ethical principles and values. Our clients count on us not to only help them buy or sell their home, but to make sure the process is infused with joy. We strive to bring a smile to their faces as they enter the next phase of their lives. Call Next Home Elite Real Estate today. We are here to help you.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Top of the 6th inning here from beautiful Raider Field as we'll lead things off here with the third baseman, number 14, Peyton Fields. As he will watch that one get called for a strike. So quickly, 0-1 here on Fields. 0 for 1 on the day here for Peyton. Drew a walk, scored a run in the third, and then lined out to the shortstop in the fourth. Swung on and missed. Quickly, 0-2. So again, Dudley has him exactly where he wants him right here. Hopefully he can find a good put-away pitch right here. That's going to be high and away for a ball, 1-2. Not necessarily a horrible idea to go upstairs a little bit. See if you can get him to chase one right here. Go back down low right here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. And does so right there, and will get Fields striking out, swinging for out number 1 to begin the 6th. And again, back to the top of the order now with shortstop Cole Temple here for Yorktown. So Temple will step in. He is 1 for 2 here on the day. He's been on base twice. Walked and scored a run in the first. Flew out to the center fielder in the third. And then singled and stole a base in the fourth. And the pitch drops right on in there for a called strike. And that will even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here to the leadoff man, Cole Temple. Following him, Braden Foltz. Dudley here with the windup. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. That's going to get by the third baseman, E-step, and then the left field. Noble has a tough time at grabbing a hold of the baseball, and that ends up being a double, maybe even a single, and then maybe even an error since the bobble out there in left field potentially. But nonetheless, Temple now at second as left fielder Braden Foltz will now step in. So Foltz will step in, man in scoring position. I think we'll just roll that one just ahead. I mean, I think Temple was already on his way to second base anyway. A good throw potentially could have had him right there if he wouldn't have bobbled it, but I think more than likely he was going to head on in there with a double anyway. So again, Dudley's already going to have to wiggle out a little bit of a trouble right here with Temple out there at second base. Again, good speed. Right now, 6 runs on 7 hits, 3 errors here for Yorktown. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors for Wapahani. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-1 here on Foltz. Here's a 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed again. Fooled Foltz on that one. So 1 on and 1 out. Temple at second. Again, the strikeout there, Fields to begin the inning. Foltz in the hole here, 0-2. Dudley with the pitch. And that's going to miss just outside there for a ball. Again, good pitch location, though. You know, you want a good pitcher's pitch. You don't want to just be throwing something up there, you know, just trying to maybe get a strikeout right here. You know, you want a good quality pitch you can get him out on right here and maybe go fishing a little bit. So good job to kind of go out, you know, just to touch out of the strike zone, but make it, you know, tasty enough to, you know, where he might want to swing at it. And that one's going to be fouled back and out of play. So the count will remain here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that's down the right field line and fair ground. That's going to get down in there. McClellan gets it in quickly. So now the Tigers will have him on the corner. Still only 1 away here in the inning. And that will bring up the center fielder, Jackson Furnish. So key moment here for Wapahani. Again, you find yourself down by 4 runs. Can't obviously afford to have anything else cross home plate right here. So obviously you want to find an out here. Preferably a ground ball double play would be wonderful. Or a strikeout or a pop-up in the infield. I don't care how you get the out as long as you get an out. And hopefully nothing else will again, cross home plate right here. But quickly 1-0 the count here on Furnish. He's been on base once, popped it up to the second baseman in the first inning, fouled out to the left fielder there in the third, and then drew a walk as Foltz will go ahead and take second base. Evens the count here at 1 strike. So the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dudley will come to the set right here. There's a 1-2 pitch. Fouled off and out of play. So the count again will stay put here at 1-2. Again, Temple at third, Bolts at second. Furnish at the plate. Here's the pitch from Dudley. Gets him swinging for strike three. A very, very big out right there for Dudley. Coming at such a crucial time. Now 2 down now in the inning. The catcher, number 2, Jace Key, will step in. Again here with an opportunity to tack on a couple runs here for the Tigers. So obviously Dudley looking to leave the runners where they're at. Again, Key has had a nice helpful hand on things here this evening. Been on base a couple times. Also has an RBI. So 0-1 the count. Dudley will come to the set right here, 0-1. Here's the pitch. And nice job there by James keeping it in front, but then a run's going to score. Very unfortunate right there. So Temple again scored. Again, James did his job. He kept the ball in front. He just couldn't find the ball, which is half the battle right there. But like I said, just is what it is right there. Very unfortunate, though, especially, considering, you're just an out away from getting out of the inning right here with nothing crossing the plate. Definitely tough, that's for sure. So 2 balls and a strike. And time is called. And a balk has now been called. So that just scored another run. Makes it now 8-2. And head coach Brian Dudley out there to talk with the home plate umpire. So you want to talk about definitely unfortunate now. I mean, you have 2 runs that come on home to score. And unfortunately, from Wapahani's standpoint, you really didn't make Yorktown do anything to earn it. So, again, my assumption is that Dudley didn't come to the set, which is why he was called for the balk. Again, I don't know that with 100% certainty. I don't know if it was, he could have come to the set and then twitched, whatever, it's hard to say. But again, at least to my thinking anyway, that's more than likely what happened. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Jace Key. Again, still 2 away here in the inning. Two balls, 2 strikes. Dudley will get his signs. And the 2-2 offering. The first base umpire said he did not go. So full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Dudley right here with a payoff pitch. Gets him looking, strike 3, and that will do it here for the top half of the 6th inning. But again, the Tigers will score a couple of runs. Again, one by a wild pitch and then the other by a balk, as the Tigers lead it after 5.5, 6 or 8-2 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Apologize here. Had some audio malfunctions. Ground ball here to the third base side on the first, and he will be in there safely. Nice job right there by Noble. So he will be on down there first, as Ian McClellan will now step in. So McClellan will step in. Get a man on. And that one's going to be low for a ball. Quickly 1-0 the count here on the Raider right fielder. McClellan 0 for 1 here on the day. And that is in there for a called strike, 1-1. But again, McClellan walked, was left stranded there at second base, then struck out looking back in the fourth. Here's a 1-1 pitch in there for called strike 2. Fouled back by McClellan. So 1-2 the count again remaining here on McClellan. After him, we have the top of the order up here with Nate Luce. Again, the Raiders find themselves down by 6 runs. You got to believe you can come back in this one. Obviously, it's going to be tough, no doubt about that, but just one at bat at a time. Got to string some hits together, have some good key timely hitting. And hopefully the offense will start to get going right here as McClellan will strike out swinging for out number 1 here in the inning. And so back to the top of the order here with the second baseman, number 7, Nate Luce. So Luce steps in. He is 0 for 2 here on the day. Drew a walk, stole a base there in the first inning, popped it up to the second baseman in the second inning, and then grounded out to the shortstop in the fourth. And we have a balk saying that the pitcher did not fully come to the complete set. So Noble will now move up to second base. And we haven't even seen a balk all year. And we've seen 2 in just a half inning. That's going to fall low and away. So 1-0 the count. Here on Nate Luce. Following will be Gavin Lash, Paul Fisher, and Daxton Dudley, potentially, here in this inning. Lynn Brock here with a pitch. Painting the black there on the outside corner. So an even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, 1 out, 1 on. Noble at second. You got the shortstop and second baseman keeping him close out there. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low and away, and that ball is going to get by the catcher. So Noble will now move up to third base on a wild pitch. So 2-1 the count now on Nate. Get loose here on the season coming into the game. 3rd on the team in batting average with a .364 average on the year. That one's low and away as well. Got a good eye there at the plate. Knows how to handle the bat well. Lynn Brock will come to the set. And the 3-1 pitch. That's going to be high and inside. And that's going to be a walk here to Luce to put runners on the corners. Second walk of the day here for Nate. And now that's going to bring up the shortstop, number 8, Gavin Lash. Again, Lash, 0 for 2 here on the night. Struck out looking in the first, then struck out swinging in the third, and then drew a walk and scored a run in the 5th. So a great at bat, his last at bat. Looking to have an even better one right here. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, 0-1. Brock will come to the set. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back and out of play. So Gavin in the hole at no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's going to sail high and away. So 1-2 your count. Again, the Tigers coming into the ball game here this evening, 8-3 on the season. Wapahani 6-4-1. And that will get last swinging for strike 3 for out number 2 here in the inning. So 2 down now, and the designated hitter, number 17, Paul Fisher, now up to keep the inning going here in the 6th. So Lembrock trying to wiggle out of trouble here in the 6th as the Raiders trying to put up a crooked number and inch themselves a little bit closer here in the ball game this evening. So 1 ball, no strikes. 2 on, 2 out. Noble at third. Loose at first. Here's the pitch. And that's laced down the left field line. And that's going to get by the left fielder. Here comes Loose motoring around second. They're going to hold him up there at third, and that's an RBI double for Paul Fisher. Keep on hitting. Oh, heck yes. The Raiders now down 8-3 after the fine piece of hitting there from Fisher. So again, Noble scored. And now moving on to the pitcher, number 10, Daxton Dudley. So Dudley will step in. Again, a couple runners there in scoring position right here. Second and third. Popped up into shallow right field, just off the infield or in the infield grass, and that's going to do it here for the third and final out of the inning. So the Raiders do get a run. They get 1 run here on 2 hits, also no errors, and 2 left on. We'll head to the top half of the 7th. Again, Yorktown 8, Wapahani 3. You're on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back here, top of the 7th inning, due up here for the Tigers here in the visiting half of the 7th. Will be the right fielder, Jacob Grimm. So Grimm here on the evening. He is 1 for 2. Had a sacrifice flyout RBI there in the first inning. As that one will be low for a ball. 1-0 the count here on Grimm. Then he had a RBI double, 2 RBI double rather, there in the second inning, and also scored a run. Then struck out swinging back in the 5th. Pitch here from Dudley. That's going to be low and away for ball 2. Again, 8 runs, 8 hits, and 3 errors here for Yorktown. 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors here for Wapahani. Again, through the first 6 innings of this ball game here tonight. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be upstairs there for ball 3. There's a 3-1 from Dudley, and that is low and away for ball 4 there in the dirt. So a leadoff walk here to Jacob Grimm will bring up the designated hitter, number 25, Garrett Thurman. So Thurman will step in. He is 1 for 2 on the day, popped it up to the shortstop in the second inning. And then a 2 RBI double in the third, and then was hit by a pitch in the fifth. So quickly 1-0 the count here on Thurman. One ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. High and inside, and that's not going to get the runner, and that ball's going to go into center field. Okay. So now the runner on third base after the stolen base and then the error on the throw. Gives the Tigers a very good opportunity right here. And I don't know if Daxton hurt himself or what's going on right here. But nonetheless, we're going to have a quick pause in the action here. Again, 2 balls, no strikes here on Garrett Thurman. Again, with a man on third, nobody out here in the top half of the 7th. All right, folks, again, welcome back here. We are going to have a pitching change. So Dudley will come out of the game. Daniel Blevins will now be the new pitcher here for Wapahani. Just wanted to come back on the air here real quick. But again, it will be a pitching change here for Wapahani. Again, with a man on third base and nobody out here in the top half of the 7th. We'll be back with more following this pitching change here on the WHS Network. All right, folks, again, welcome back. Again, Daniel Blevins now on the mound here for Wapahani. We also have Brant Longfellow now playing third base. So, again, that is the other defensive change here for Wapahani. That pitch low and away, or low and inside, rather. So 3 balls and 1 strike here on Thurman. And that one's going to be in the dirt. So a walk there of Thurman. He'll be down at first. And now the second baseman, Sean Gibson, now at the plate. So Gibson will step in. And the Raiders, unfortunately, in a little bit of a bind right here. With runners on the corner, still nobody out. You're down by 5. Got to come up with outs quickly right here. The pitch from Blevins, low and inside. So 1-0 the count. Gibson here on the evening, 1 for 3. Popped it up to the first baseman in the second inning. And then singled and stole a base in the third, and then struck out looking in the 5th inning. Again, we hope everything's all right there with Daxton Dudley. Again, he came out of the game. I don't know if there was some shoulder discomfort there, or hamstring issue, or I could be looking too much into it. I'm not real sure, to be honest with you. Again, not necessarily, I guess, trying to speculate too much, but main thing is I just hope he's all right. But 2 balls, no strikes here on Gibson. The throw down to second will be in time, or no, it won't be either. I guess he did not touch him. So the throw beat him there. Just didn't get the tag on him right there. So now second and third after the stolen base there from Thurman. And 3 balls, no strikes here on Gibson. In there for a called strike there on the inside corner. Following Gibson will be Landon Case, and then Peyton Fields. Pitch from Blevins. That's going to sail high for ball 4. And so that's back-to-back batters. Actually, that is 3 consecutive batters that's walked to begin this inning. So, again, really not even earning it. They're just staying out there, and you got to make them hit the ball. But nonetheless, is what it is. Landon Case now at the plate. In Case, 0 for 3 on the night. Grounded out to the second baseman. Then grounded out to the first baseman in the third, and then flew out to the right fielder in the 5th. As that is in there for a called strike, 0-1. So again, the infield playing in. Again, Longfellow down at third, Lash at shortstop, Loose at second, and Weller at first. Again, play will be at the plate there for the force out. And time will be called. There's the 0-1 pitch. That's in the dirt. Nice job there by James, though, to keep that one in front. So an even count of 1-1. Blevins looks in there to his catcher, Quentin James. He'll come to the set. And the 1-1 pitch will be skied up in a shallow left field. And Noble will get there and make the catch. So a very, very big out right there of Landon Case. For out number 1 here in the inning. And now that's going to bring up the third base, number 14, Peyton Fields. So again, Fields will step in. Again, the corner infielder still playing in, but now shortstop and second base play back in the regular positions in double play depth. And that pitch will just miss outside there for a ball 1-0 to begin things here on Fields. Again, he is 0 for 2 here on the day. Drew a walk and scored a run in the third inning. Lined out to the shortstop in the fourth and then struck out swinging in the sixth inning. And that is upstairs again for now, ball 2. And that's in there for a called strike now. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. A pitch from Blevins down the right field line, and that's going to head foul and out of play. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch from Blevins. Low and away for ball 3. So full count now on Fields. Obviously nowhere to put him. So it's got to be a strike here from Blevins. Again, already 3 walks here in the inning. Blevins will come to the set. And a payoff pitch. And that's going to be ball 4, and that's going to walk in a run. So make this now a 9-3 Yorktown lead. And back to the top of the order here, and Cole Temple at the plate. So again, the RBI there for Peyton Fields. Again, about the easiest as you're going to get it right there. So Thurman now to third. Gibson to second. Fields at first. Blevins taking a look in there to James. He'll get his signs. And the pitch. That's going to sail high. In there for a called strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike here on Temple. There's a pitch down the left field line, but well foul. So that's going to even a count up here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and that's a deep fly ball in the left field, and Noble there to make the catch. But that's going to score another run here for the Tigers. So sacrifice RBI for Cole Temple. And Thurman scored right there, and that's going to bring up Braden Foltz to the plate here for Yorktown. Again, now with 2 away here in the inning. Again, Foltz here on the night so far has been on base 3 of the 4 times. So you could say that he's had a nice evening at the plate, to say the least. And that's a wild pitch, going to get by, and James unable to grab a hold of it thereafter. So 1-0 the count now with runners at second and third after the wild pitch. But again, Foltz here tonight singled and scored a run in the first, walked and then scored a run in the third, struck out swinging in the fourth, and then singled and stole a base, as well as scored a run in the 6th inning. So very active evening here for Foltz. Swung on and missed at that one. Now an even count of a ball and a strike. Getting 10-3 is your score. Here's the pitch. High and away. So 2-1 the count. Blevins, again, just trying to do anything and everything he can just to get out of this inning. Again, 2 runs have already came on home to score. 1 of those from a walk. And that's going to be popped up to the third base side, and they will run out of room as that will head out of play. And that will now even things up here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here with 2 out and 2 on. Again, the Raiders have walked 4 batters here in the 7th. Haven't even allowed a hit yet. Hopefully it stays that way. Blevins here with the 2-2 offering, and that's going to be upstairs. Looked like that might have been a curveball, but hung up there a little bit. And so now a full count here of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full here on Foltz. Got Jackson Furnish on deck. And the payoff pitch. That's going to be fouled back. So we're going to redo it again here at 3-2. Again, some upcoming games here for Wapahani. They're going to be on the road tomorrow night at Randolph Southern. And then, again, they'll be back at home against Shenandoah Thursday night. And then also here on Saturday for the all-day Wapahani Baseball Invitational. And that's set to start at 9:30 there on Saturday morning. Here's the payoff pitch. And that's going to be another walk. Here's Foltz. Will trot on down to first base. So now the 5th walk here in the inning for your Raiders. And that's going to bring up the center fielder, number 10, Jackson Furnish. So again, Gibson at third, Fields at second, Foltz at first. The pitch. Man, just misses right there. Had to have been low because that was right down Broadway. And so 1-0 the count here on Furnish. Here's a pitch. That's low in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Furnish. Blevins, again, nowhere to put him at. Here's a pitch. That's going to be skied back and out of play. So the count now 2-1. Again, kind of the summary of this game here this evening. Yorktown got the scoring started there in the top half of the first inning, scored 2 runs, and the Raiders answered back in the bottom half of the second. Put a run up on the board there to make it a 2-1 game. Then Yorktown scored 4 in the third, and then 2 more in the top of the fifth inning, top of the sixth inning. And the Raiders answered right back there in the had 1 in the bottom half of the fifth, and then 1 in the bottom of the sixth. And now again, Yorktown's put 2 more runs up on the board to make this a 10-3 lead. And again, threatening for more right here. 3 balls and a strike here on Furnish. Again, obviously nowhere to put him right here. Already 5 walks surrendered here from Wapahani in the 7th. And make that a 6th walk. And you hate it for these guys. It's not like, they're out here trying to walk everybody. It just, just not working out. It is what it is, unfortunately. These guys have got to find ways to get outs. So we'll have a mound visit right here again as Furnish walked right there. That plated Sean Gibson. So an RBI again there for Jackson Furnish. Fields moves up to third. Foltz now to second. Again, Furnish there to first. And we're going to have a new pitcher now on the mound, and that will be Brant Longfellow. So he's going to come on in relief here of Blevins. So we'll go ahead and step aside here for a quick break. Again, 11-3 Yorktown here in the top of the 7th inning. Bases loaded, 2 away. We'll be back with more right after this message.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
All right, folks. Again, we're back at it here. Brant Longfellow now on the mound here for your Raiders, coming on in relief here of Blevins. Blevins will now play third base. And it's going to be Jace Key now at the plate here for Yorktown, rather. Here with the bases tanked and 2 away. So again, this will be the 5th pitcher of the day here for Wapahani. As that's going to be low for a ball, 1-0 the count here on Jace Key. Longfellow come to the set, and the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be smacked there in the left field. That's going to get down. 1 run will score, but it's going to keep the bases loaded right here. So that's the 9th hit of the evening here for Yorktown as they now make it a 12-3 lead. And so again, Foltz moves to third. We got Furnace now up to second. Key will get a courtesy runner for him. That's going to be number 12, Anson Isaacs. And now Jacob Grimm at the plate. The pitch here from Longfellow in there for a called strike. So 0-1 here on Grimm. Again, he led off this 7th inning. Drew a walk, stole a base, and then reached third on an error. A throwing error there by the catcher, and then scored a run. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And fly ball there, shallow right center field. And, oh, what a nice over-the-head grab right there by Nate Luce to end the inning. Heck of a nice play. So Yorktown scores 4 runs here in the top of the 7th inning. Lead at 12-3. We'll head to the bottom half. We'll be back with more here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
All right, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Back at it here with the bottom half of 7th inning, and we're going to start things off here with the first baseman, number 14, Landon Weller. So Weller will step in. Again, the Raiders down by 9 runs as we begin the bottom half of the 7th. That is not fun to say, I'll tell you that much. But again, got to give credit where credit's due. Yorktown's taking advantage of opportunities right here, and unfortunately Wapahani's given them too many, and we haven't taken care of necessarily some of ours. We've had some of those chances as well, so just works out that way. And a nice diving catch right there by the center fielder. Well struck ball there by Weller, but that's just kind of how things have went for us here tonight, unfortunately. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Now we'll have the center fielder, Joe Foster, at the plate. No, rather, we're going to have a pinch hitter, and that's going to be Brock Zitgraff. So Zitgraff will step in. So 1-0 the count to start things off here on Zitgraff. Again, following him will be Quentin James. Here's the pitch. Skied up to the third base side. That's going to hit foul and out of play. So an even count here of a ball and a strike. Again, just a reminder, considering it's getting late, or it's almost 8 o'clock right now, we will not be doing a Raiders Live postgame show following the conclusion of this one here tonight. So just a reminder there on that one, no Raiders Live postgame show at the end of this one here this evening. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and took a weird hop right there, right into the shortstop's glove, and he's going to be safe. Zetgraf, a little acrobatic and all, got it done right there. So he will reach base. That's going to be a throwing error there on the shortstop. And that is now going to bring up Quentin James. So James will step in, man on, one out here in the bottom half of the seventh. And time will be called. Lembrock glances over at first. He'll come to the set. And the pitch. That's going to be upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Quentin James on the night, 0 for 3. Struck out swinging in the second inning, and then fouled out to the first baseman in the fourth, and then grounded out to the shortstop in the fifth. 1-0 pitch. Ooh, that's going to hit him right in the back. And so he will make his way down to first, and that will put runners at first and second now for Wapahani, as that's going to bring up the Raiders left fielder, number 12, Carter Noble, to the plate. So again, Noble looking to keep the line moving right here. Going to have the next man up mentality right here. And that's in there for a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Again, Zetgraf out there at second base with pretty good speed. Much the same right there for Noble. There at first base. Or Quentin James, rather. Noble's out to plate. Nothing and 2 the count. Lembrock come to the set right here. And the 0-2 pitch. Little fly ball there in the shallow center field. Center fielder there to make the catch for out number 2 here in the inning. And so again, that's going to bring to the plate Camden Gibson. So Gibson will have his first plate appearance here of the evening. And that's going to be in there for a ball, 1-0 the count here on Camden. And the pinch hitting here for Ian McClellan. One 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2. Two-0 offering. That's going to miss outside for ball 3. So 3-0 the count here on Gibson. Sure he'll see the take sign right here. There's a pitch right down the middle. So again, still a great hitter's count here for Gibson. It's right there. Time to take a good old hack at the baseball right here. Here's a pitch. That's going to miss away for ball 4. And so another walk, the second, or, after the hit by pitch. there to James. So actually technically the first walk here in the inning. It's going to load the bases. So Zitgraff to third, James to second, and Gibson to first. And now Nate Luce at the plate. So missing upstairs there for ball one. So Nate Luce has been on base 2 times here this evening, both the walk. He also has a stolen base. Upstairs for ball 2. So this game just about 3 hours long. I know our broadcast is a little over 3 hours long now. 3 hours and 3 minutes to be exact. And that's in there for a called strike now, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, the pitch in there for called strike 2. So the Raiders down to their final strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And the pitch. And Luce will stay alive right here. Fouls that one to the backstop. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Gets him swinging for strike 3. The ball gets by the catcher on down to first. And that's going to do it here tonight, folks. So your final score, the Yorktown Tigers 12, your Wapahani Raiders 3. Again, with this unfortunate loss here tonight for your Raiders, they will now fall to 6-5-1 on the season. Yorktown, however, will improve to 9-3 on the season. Again, the Raiders will be back in action tomorrow night at Randolph Southern. The next home game for Wapahani will be on Thursday night against Shenandoah, and they will also be taking on, I believe it's Greenwood Christian Academy in Game 1 of the Wapahani Invitational on Saturday morning at 9:30. Again, all the invitational action right out here from beautiful Raider Field. Again, we hope you can come on out, support the Raider baseball team. Again, we'll be back at it. Our next broadcast will be on Thursday evening as your Wapahani Lady Raider softball team will be in action also against Shenandoah. Again, that will be a 5 p.m. start time right over there from beautiful Raider Field. So, again, we thank you all for tuning in here this evening. Again, your final score here, the Yorktown Tigers 12, your Wapahani Raiders 3. Wapahani now falls to 6-5-1 on the season. And so, again, until Thursday night, folks, I'm Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy saying good night from Raider Field.